One of the more interesting and useful blocks that comes with WordPress is the media and text block. And as you can see, one side over here is occupied by an image and the other we have text content. So how do you do this? So let's start with a blank post over here, and I am going to use the inserter for this, and I'm going to look for the media and text block, which is in the media section with all the other media blocks. I'm just going to click on this, and then I'm going to click anywhere outside of the inserter to make it go away. And the next thing I'm going to do is look for my media. Now I could use either an image or a video. I'm going to use an image. Here we go. That's the one I want. And insert it like so. The next thing I'm going to do on the right side is put in the text content. I'm going to type in the word subheading, and then I am going to then Command V in some Lauren text. Now, one thing, a little adjustment I want to make here is this isn't really a heading. What it is a paragraph, and I want to transform this to make sure it's a heading. So I click on the heading, and I want to make sure it's an H2, and that's fine. Now, why H2? Because this is H1. If you're not sure about all this, please go back and look at my video on the headings block. Okay, now let's look at the media and text block in more detail, and specifically the toolbar. So over here, we've seen this before. You can make the text block go wide or full width. Let's just look at the full width version. That's pretty good. Okay, and maybe I'll keep it there for a little bit. And then I want to align the image to the top or the middle or the bottom. Now, it's going to be hard to do that unless I show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to shrink this down just like a regular image. And I'm going to stick this on the bottom. So, wow. Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or I can stick it in the middle, okay, which is where I want to leave it. And in fact, I'm going to move it out just a little bit more so it makes a little bit more sense. All right, that's fine. Now I can also flip-flop the image and the text content just by doing this. How about that? Just by clicking on that little button. Or if I want, I can go back over here and do that. I'm going to skip over the link tool and go right to replace. So I can show you that if you rather have a video, you can do that. You can have your cake and eat it too, as they say, and or your video and eat it too. And there we go. So here's a video, and of course you can play it if you want. If you don't want the video, then you'd rather have the image back, so you just hit this little undo button over here, and there you go. Well, now let's look at the settings for the media and text block. And for that, I'm just going to click over here on the image and go over here to the gear for the settings. And let's look first at the color. So I can select a text color and a background color. And of course, for the background color, I could have a solid or a gradient. I'm just going to leave it with the solid. And I'm going to choose this color right over here, sort of a neutral color, and that's fine. And now for the text color, I'm going to just leave it as it is. If I wanted to make a change, well, you get the idea. If I needed to change the subheading, you could just go over here and then go to color and change it that way too. Now, there's more to it than that, so let's go back to the media and text block settings, and I'm going to go over here. So the way this is going to work is in mobile, the image will be on top, and then you'll have the text content below. I also like this setting over here, which gives me a little more control over the positioning of the image. You can see it's actually cropping the image. I kind of like it like this, actually. So I'm going to leave it like that right over there. For more control, I could use the left and right controls over here. Of course, alternative text description for the image, as always. Image size, I'm not going to use this, but here are some of the built-in image sizes as defined by my theme. I'll just leave it to where it is. And for the max width, this is the actual media and text block. So watch this. So this is kind of nice. So if I want to change, wow, much different. Okay. Yeah, sort of really nice. So you can definitely change the dimensions like that. Remember, you could always flip-flop these too if you want to do that. You would just go over here and do the old flip-flop like that. But I don't like that, so I'm going to go back. That's fine. And that's about what I want. Now let's have a look at it with preview. And that's it. That's the media and text block. Really handy to use when you need to have a quick 2-column layout with media and text.